Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. I hope everyone is having a wonderful day. From lab coats to quiz fame, Darragh Ennis on his journey to the chase. Before he became known as the Menace on ITV's The Chase, Darragh Ennis was living a very different life, one filled with financial pressures, long days in the lab, and a future that felt uncertain. Today, he's a familiar face on one of the UK's most popular quiz shows. But his path to television fame started not with ambition for the spotlight, but out of a need for something very practical, a house door. It all began in 2017, when Darragh first appeared on The Chase as a contestant. On the day of his appearance, he performed exceptionally well, earning £9,000 in the cash builder, and then successfully defeating chaser Paul Sinha in the head-to-head. However, due to his teammates accepting lower offers, the final team prize was reduced, and the winnings were split among 4 contestants. That modest win was far more significant than it may have seemed on the surface. Speaking at a recent live quiz event in Southport's Atkinson Theatre, Darragh explained, "That money was already spoken for by the time I got home. I didn't join the show because I was passionate about quizzing. I needed to sort out something important at home." He recalled buying his first home in Oxford, only to discover that some essential items had been taken by the previous owners. They said they'd leave the fridge freezer, but it was gone when we moved in, he shared. Even worse, the back door had been removed, and all that was left was a conservatory door that didn't lock. Financially, things were tight. "My brother helped me buy a fridge freezer. Credit cards were maxed. I just didn't have anything left to work with," he admitted. For Darragh, the decision to apply for The Chase came from the need to address a very specific gap in his household. That quiz money was basically for the door, he said with a wry smile. Not the most glamorous reason to go on TV, but that's where it started. At the time, Darragh was working as a scientist. Though the profession sounds impressive, he spoke openly about the challenges that came with it, especially financially. "Science is a job that requires a huge amount of education and training," he explained. "I studied for years, an undergraduate degree, a PhD, and then years of research experience. Despite the commitment and hard work, the financial rewards didn't match the effort. By the time I reached a more senior level, the pay still wasn't where people might expect it to be," he said. "Eventually, when my lab moved from Oxford to Glasgow, I decided that was a natural point for me to step away." His transition from science to television was unexpected, but it became a turning point. After his standout performance as a contestant, producers eventually invited him to join The Chase as a full-time chaser. His encyclopedic knowledge, combined with a friendly and approachable demeanour, quickly made him a fan favourite. Even though he found himself on one of Britain's most watched quiz shows, Darragh remains grounded. "I still find it funny to call this a job sometimes," he laughed during his quiz event. "Compared to the work I did in the lab, this feels like another world." Beyond the studio, Darragh has continued to share his love of trivia with the public. He recently wrapped up the ultimate pub quiz tour, which brought him to cities like Barnard Castle, Sheffield, Bedford, Liverpool, Southport, and Manchester. The shows were lively and interactive, offering fans the chance to go head-to-head in rounds covering topics like general knowledge, pop culture, and history. "The energy at those events is incredible," Darragh said. "People aren't just there to answer questions. They're there for the experience. It's fun, social, and brings out the best in everyone." Each event included a meet and greet segment, allowing fans to ask questions and take photos. The response was overwhelmingly positive, and Darragh hinted at more shows in the future. There's definitely more to come. We're working on setting up another round of dates later this year. For someone who never intended to build a career out of quizzing, Darragh Ennis has certainly made his mark. His story is one of resilience, adaptability, and quiet determination. From a struggling homeowner in Oxford to a national quiz sensation, he's proven that opportunities can come in the most unexpected forms. Above all, Darragh's journey is a reminder that even the most practical motivations, like fixing up a home, can lead to life-changing paths. And sometimes, a TV game show isn't just about the prize money or the questions. Sometimes, it's about finding a way forward when the options seem few, and discovering a hidden talent along the way.